So week two, we're still talking a little bit about electricity, and we're also moving further into magnetism. We did some wiring of series circuits in the class, and we also had to do some housekeeping by testing out some of the batteries. Here is for the Castle kits that are in the class. So here's the series circuit that we had to make here. And we got to use the multimeter, did some things with some DC kind of voltage, AC voltage, and things of that nature. And we got to make the world's simplest motor. So this got a little bit more into the DC type of current. So this was really cool. We had to follow those directions that you just seen, and we got our motor to work. So with the magnet and the battery, it made like a magnetic field with this copper wire here. And once this connection was correct, this kind of spent around like on a north and south type of axis here. That's the beginning stages. So class was pretty interesting this week. So with the DC motor that we made, it kind of went over the direct current, which is a continuous current. That's what our battery power is consists of. And we also had to look up as a homework assignment about AC voltage. And AC was the alternating current. It kind of reverses direction. From my understanding, it kind of builds up positive, comes back down to zero, builds up to negative, comes back down to zero, and it alternates this way on a continuous basis. We also learned a little bit about transformers, how you have to have two coils for the to be considered a transformer. Here's how the instructor kind of set up a simple transformer for us so we can see it on the overhead. So this week was pretty busy, a lot of information. There's my notes. Once again, the handwriting is, I mean, I can understand it, so I guess that's really the gist of it. Lots of notes this week. That's some of the notes I did kind of on my own there. But with the magnets, that is the biggest thing with these magnetic fields. So there was a little bit about MRIs. So as a nurse, as you can see, this is kind of the form here that we have to ask patients so they can be cleared for an MRI. And if you have certain things, you cannot even get an MRI. And that magnet is so powerful that it can just, cause reap all kinds of havoc if you don't, clear this and follow the rules. Like you cannot have any type of metal around the MRI machine. And they tell you this, but of course, sometimes people don't listen. And then this is what happens when you don't listen. Look at that. This is, I think this might have been on the show, but things like this have actually happened where you get wheelchairs have went into the MRI. Carts have went into the MRI machine. So I'm not going to get too far off into MRI because this might be something that I want to do as my final project, but just some of these images are gruesome. Like the missile effect where things just it just shoot in there. Now, like that's a whole bed. And once this happened, the machine is down. And it costs like thousands of dollars to get this machine replaced once you have an incident like this. So you have to clear patients, you have to follow these rules because the MRI is a good thing for science, but it can be deadly as well.